Welcome to part 19 of the combo series. In this edition, we're looking at a level 4 drill. This is designed for brown belts, red belts, and obviously above. This combination is only 3 kicks. They're all with the same leg, but the third kick is very difficult. So I'm going to explain them now. I'm going to say in English first because I'm going to try and explain the Korean after. The kicks are a skipping hook kick with the front leg, and then you take that leg all the way back. Then you do a spinning hook kick, also known as a wheel kick, and then you do a sweeping hook kick, also known as a lowest wheel kick. So the Korean terminology for that technique is Teran Huryochago, Dui Frigichago, or Duitalio Huryochagi. And then the terminology for the sweep kick, I was never taught as a color belt, and as a downgrade I was silly enough not to ask. So in the WTSDA book it says balmok chagi, referring to the ankle sweep, which totally makes sense. Also known as the anjai duidolyo chagi, meaning spinning turning kick, and also known as the choi hadan Dui Huryochagi. So whichever terminology makes sense to you. From all the information I've found out, I'm actually going to call it the anja because I like that sitting term, never heard it before, and the anja Dui Frigichagi because that's what my instructor called it. As always, we have it in 4 elements. The first is line work. With this, I would definitely practice warming up their hips first because these kicks are quite extreme. Going forward with a stepping hook kick, and try this method where you hook so hard that you bring the leg back to the start. This will also help in changing legs as well. So you start with that and then you add up the spinning kick. My advice is to be on a line, focus on something in front of you and try and keep on the line, not sway side to side. Now, when you start to add the sweeping kick in, when you start to do this, you'll want to put your knee on the floor in order not to over-rotate the hip. But the hook kick should not have the knee touch the floor at all, and this is very difficult for people when they start. So if you want to do the sweep kick on its own first a couple of times to get that right, and then add it into the combination, it does have a nice flow and it teaches a lot about balance and focus. So try that out. With partner work now, the hook kick is very hard to block. So you practice swaying back with the step. The spin then, we've done this many times before, you can either sway back, I wouldn't recommend ducking under it, or you can try catching the kick, that's useful. And then with the sweep kick, there's a couple of ways you can practice this. You can practice sweeping to a leg and just making sure that you're getting it accurately on the ankle, not high up in the leg, because that's not going to work. That's just going to annoy your opponent if you used it in a real situation. Or you can try sweeping and the person timing it to lift their front leg as a little timing exercise. Or if you're on matted and you're okay with break falling, you can actually sweep your partner, and as long as they know it's coming, so your partner will throw a roundhouse and then you'll sweep it. So for example, you could do a combination where they kick, you move back, they spin kick, you lean back, and on the third kick you go to roundhouse them after they do their spinning hook kick, and then they sweep you. With the pad work now, again I would use a paddle and maybe even 2 paddles. So your partner holds a paddle for the first 2 kicks, and again you're trying to make the same hitting noise on both of them, and then you're trying to sweep it. One of the things that I tend to do with the sweep kick is actually hold the paddle a little bit higher the ankle to let the person go through. Once I know they can do that, then I'm willing to put the paddle on the floor, because obviously I don't want to be holding the paddle and my partner to kick me in the hand. So be careful with that. With free sparring now, hook kicks are great for free sparring. The hook kick is great for coming over the shoulder and coming from sometimes the outside edge of the body, so it's harder to see. Spinning hook kick is obviously a great counter, and the sweep kick should not be done in tournament free sparring, but again, when you get to a senior level where you're both make an agreement that you're okay with taking down and you're on a matted floor, the sweep kick is very good, especially against opponents who maybe favor one leg, or favor the roundhouse, or favor kicking off their back leg. And I'm going to insert a little video of Master Khan throwing a sweep kick to an unsuspected partner just to show how effective it is. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on the hook kick. Again, apologies if I don't get the terminology right for the sweeping kick, as I was never taught it, but now I will start to use it in my practice. And again, the term We won't all do it the same way, but it needs to make sense to you and go along with your other terminology. So please like and subscribe to the channel, and comment below if you want to see any combos. And if you're enjoying this combo, see how it worked out for you, please post a video and tag us in it if it really helped you. Thank you very much. Tang Soo.